Let's go ahead and take a look at another template.php file from a core theme. I'm going to go ahead and expand the Garland theme folder here and open up the template.php file. Let's take a quick look at the functions that are defined here. We have Garland breadcrumb, probably a theme function, a preprocess, another preprocess, and as we scroll down, we see that all of the rest are preprocess and process functions. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at each function real quick. The first function that's defined is Garland underscore breadcrumb, which looks a lot like a theme function, but the content of the comments don't specify that it is a theme override. If we wanted to make sure that this was a theme function override, we could do a search through our Drupal site for theme underscore breadcrumb and find out whether this actually is a theme function. It is, and so this is simply an override of that function. We have Garland preprocess maintenance page. Again, this is just a preprocess function for the maintenance page. And you see that this is actually just passing it off to Garland preprocess HTML, which is right here. So whenever the maintenance page gets run, it just pulls in the same logic that gets pulled in for the HTML wrapper. We have some classes getting added to the body based on particular variable settings in the theme, and a CSS file getting pulled in as well. I'm going to scroll down. We have our process HTML, which, like Bartik, pulls in the color HTML alter in order to use the color module functionality. I'm going to scroll down some more. Then we have Garland preprocess page, which again happens before the page.template file, page.tpl.php file. It's setting up a couple additional variables to use inside of that template file. It actually runs some theme functions, so these can be adjusted at the preprocessing level as well. Keep scrolling down. There's actually quite a bit of activity happening here in the page preprocess function. We have Garland preprocess node, which is overriding the submitted variable, which, as you can see, is a popular thing to override. It's setting this, which displays underneath the title of a node, to the date dash and then the name. We have a preprocess for a comment to match up the submitted structure of the node with that of a comment. And scroll down. We have a block preprocessing function. And we also have a process page, which happens after the preprocess page has occurred, and preprocess region as well. Now let's go ahead and look at just one more template file from a core theme. This one is 7. Okay, I'm expanding 7 and then opening up the template.php file. Okay, let's take a look at the functions that are being defined here. It's a little bit shorter than the other two themes. We have preprocess, preprocess, another preprocess. We have node add list, which is probably a theme function, as well as these two, admin block content and table sort indicator. And then finally, we have an alter function that allows this theme to adjust the CSS files that are being included ultimately in the theme. Okay, now let's look at the functions themselves. We have 7 preprocess maintenance page, which we saw in the Garland theme as well. This allows us to adjust the variables that gets passed to the maintenance page when the site is in maintenance mode. And again, this is calling the preprocess HTML function in order to double up the logic that's being included here in the preprocess function for HTML inside of the maintenance page preprocess. And if we look at what's happening here, it's simple. There's just two CSS files being added in order to adjust the output for various versions of Internet Explorer. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. We have our preprocess page, which again happens before the page.tpl.php file is rendered. And then we have 7 node add list, which is an override of a theme function, although it doesn't say so in the comments. We have 7 admin block content, which is an override and is explicitly stated as so in the comments here. We have 7 table sort indicator, which overrides this theme function in order to provide different image files for the HTML structure. And then finally, we have 7 CSS alter, which takes the CSS variable and allows it to adjust the style sheets that are being included. This one in particular replaces vertical tabs.css and jQuery UI theme.css in order to use 7's particular version instead of the core Drupal versions. We've gone through 3 different template.php files, which gives us an idea of a pretty broad range of things you can do inside of the template.php file. You can look at additional ones for contributed themes if you want more ideas, but this provides a good enough basis for us to go ahead and start working with a template.php file.